Welcome back to another Punt Cast. Been a wee while. Back on the casting couch, this time with another new face.
Alright lads, what's happening?
Jordan, introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Jordan McMahon. I am the head chef and owner of Tenshi Dining, which is a private dining experience for people that want to go to restaurants but they don't want to leave their home. Our style is that it's high-end fine dining with high-end cocktail style that is completely tailored to our people and to our clients, and it's trying to take a lot of the high-end experiences you'll get around the world. Unfortunately, we don't really have them in Belfast because we don't have the market for it. It is taking the high-end quality, but also trying to make it very personalised to the clients and the people that want to do something like that. And when I say that, it's the best example I can give you is 11 Madison Park in America, where like clients will come in, and this is just a restaurant where they like have small little intricate things that like birthdays. They have certain things that they've wanted to see in New York and all this stuff, and then make them happen. Like
Fantastic.
Birthdays, or some people we've worked for have worked for actually for usings for your last Christmas do.
Yeah.
Which was adding small little things about one, their business, two, if they
I
have
bespoke
logos.
to the client.
Yeah. And like it is the fine details where a lot of people want to try and do what I want to do, but they don't want to do the little things that make so much more difference.
Yeah, it's those extra costs
Yeah.
that you don't think about.
Either hidden extra costs, yes, yeah.
So Jordan has come down to the Punt Cast to, one, elaborate on a story. As Jordan has touched on, he cooked for the It's Worth a Punt team at Christmas.
We had our staff do, yes.
We did.
Jordan, yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Including a gluten-free person,
Correct, yes.
Reese.
We do love Reese.
And
do love Reese.
Jordan absolutely knocked it out of the park, accommodating Reese very well.
So
yeah.
Jordan created a completely custom menu based on a gluten-free cardboard alternative.
Yeah.
So
And
that's how you
even
can describe it.
what was pretty interesting was trying to manage with our setup down here,
Yeah.
trying to cater for us. Yeah.
So again, you have to remember that at the It's Worth Punt HQ, we don't have a normal kitchen.
No.
We don't have a cooker.
No.
We do have an air fryer. We do have a microwave.
Yes, yeah.
We do have a kettle lele and a coffee machine.
But that's as much as we've got.
But this man brought his entire regalia along with Zara and her entire cocktail
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
Zara can't be here today, but nevertheless, she's here in spirit. All right, love.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So really what we thought as a collective, Jordan, until now, you really haven't been running this business like full time. You've been doing it as like a sideline to your main career.
Yeah.
But of late, obviously, you're making that break into really bringing Tenshi to the forefront of your life.
Oh, 100%. Like, we have been running this since 4 years ago from now, 2022.
Yeah,
And this started from a whim, which was a weird thing. Like, it was COVID, and I'd got let go of one of my last jobs in restaurants, and like it was kind of like a gift in a way. At the time, I was like, oh shit, I have no job. But my sister was like, just work in a coffee shop for a bit. And like, I don't know if you would know, but like when you work in restaurants, you work like a caveman mentality of like, this is my home. I don't leave kitchen. And, like, I quickly had to shut that up because we...
Gareth's like that about the punt.
Yeah.
100%, like we don't leave the cave. Cave is a home. But like,
The punt is the home.
we're like, I'm going to need to leave this cave because I can't pay my goddamn bills.
Yeah.
And we worked in a coffee shop for a year, and a friend of mine, his name is James, is like, he, big like fan of the gym, was doing his prep meals for him because it was giving me something to do. And like coffee shops to restaurants are two different worlds. Like there's chaos, there's creativity, and there's just a manic like ball of energy in a restaurant.
Yeah.
You bring out their coffee shop, you're gonna be bored within 5 minutes. You're like, nothing.
yeah.
is-
Yeah, you
it's
can't-
too
You can't
structured.
get creative about a fucking jambon and
No, it doesn't. No,
an Americano
no.
coffee. Like
Especially when you're passionate about it too.
Yeah, like I remember every time I'd make him something and like it's microwave, and I might sound like a snob, as soon as it's microwave, it's fucked to me. It doesn't. It's all of it's gone, and he got to the point where he went, "Well, why don't you just cook in someone's house?" then? And I was like, "Sweet."
it's like people who ask for a steak, well done.
Ruined.
He's
May
like,
as well just take your face for a shite.
just go to a chippy, mate. It's easier that way. At least.
Just a way off. I want to bring this all back. I want to know ultimately where your passion for cooking came from. When did it start? When did you know you had a love for food? When did you know you had a love for cooking? Where did it all begin for you?
Funnily enough, there was no passion at the start. I was coming out of school, and as most kids do, I just messed about and got to like the end of like my like second year of schools and stuff, and I was like, I've kind of messed up. I have nothing to go to, and I went, there's a tech course for cooking. My mate typed it up to me for my little brain to be like, ooh, interesting. And then during that course, there's like services that emulate what restaurants would be.
Okay.
Very small scale compared to what you're actually going to deal with. Like, it's like frying pan to fire. It's very different. But like as soon as I started cooking, I was like,
And you'd never cooked before, no?
No.
Right, okay.
Like this was the mad thing, and like it was just the consistency of it, and like, and I say consistency, there is none. It's you get good at it, but you know that you'll always have to get better at it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was where like
craft.
the science of it all came into play, and so much other things people don't want to think about.
Yeah.
Like when people see food, they're like, food, but there's so much science behind it, and that's why my brain was like, this is interesting because I can't get to the end of it.
We've looked at some of the food that Jordan has plated up. Like not too recently, Jordan plated up a plate with foam potatoes.
That was interesting because we got to see behind the scenes of it and how it actually...
did.
It was very fascinating how it was actually done.
We will add a few clips in to show you what I'm talking about here. But like, where did foam potatoes come from? Like, how is that even? Like, how does somebody just go? Do you know what would be a great idea? Like, mash is good.
Where do you get the idea
but
from?
let's turn it into foam.
So this would fall onto the levels of like through the years, because food is food, you have to elevate everything to be the best, regardless of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like if you work in an accounting firm, you can only get so good. Where hospitality is a dog eat dog world, and you can only do that by getting better.
Yeah.
Where foams and stuff came in was a lot of the molecular levels of stuff, and that doesn't really touch in Ireland. It's a lot more around the world, like Noma that's in Copenhagen, like 11 Madison Park. They're mostly America and Europe and stuff. And a lot of that love came from me studying it. Like, this is where chefs differentiate on a lot of things. It's either you want to be the substandard and just cook your Sunday dinners, or you want to elevate everything. And the way my brain works is that I'm not satisfied unless I can elevate it. Like, people, it's funny when people, like, I'll cook for them and they're like, that's the best thing I've ever tried. And, like, I'm looking at them and nodding with them, and my brain, like, I can do better. We can always do better.
But that's such a thing in, you know, being your own boss, putting your own neck on the line.
Yeah.
Having that drive to do that really is what sets you apart from somebody who will attempt to do this full time or attempt to do this as a job, as a lifestyle, as a career, and the difference between succeeding and failing.
Oh, 100%.
You know, we have seen so many different people throughout so many different years attempt to start business, or like ourselves, attempt to start a competition business because, you know what, it's easy. Everybody can do it.
But it's
And
really not.
It lasts like 3 months and they'll phone you and go, guys, how do you do this? Because like I've lost hundreds of thousands of pounds here. How do I recover it? Well, you don't. Because
it's a loss.
You've not done it right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we relate this to you. I said to you whenever we first met each other properly in December that I was shocked that this wasn't your bread and butter.
Yeah, like where this started was the first year was mad. Like this is where a lot of the mentality thing has to come in, and you will probably know this yourselves being business owners, is that if you're not mentally ready to deal with this kind of stress, don't. Because you have to be built for it.
For sure.
You have to be built for the shit days. You're going to have to be built for the normal days of life. Like, people are going to die in your life. You're still going to have to you're still going to run your
Still need
business.
to turn up.
100%.
And, like, people are going to leave your life. You're still going to have to show up the next day. Like, the sun doesn't wait for you to wake up in the morning.
No.
It's like, I'm here. Come on.
It's definitely right. Go get out of bed, so.
Go
And,
time.
like, even with the 2 jobs, like, over the years when it started, it was like, right, this can be a side bit. It took till the second year for me, like, nah, this is going to be me. I just need to get to a level where this is me. And like this was the year we went into from last year. Last year was the first time we'd booked out. So we had took 2 slots originally. Now we're taking 4. And this is the year where I'm testing. If 4 goes fully out, that's where we're pulling the plug on the other job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like I'm being shy with this for my other job. Like, I've sat down with my area manager, and this is where I said to him, I was like, I need every weekend off. And he went, you know, that's not like applicable to your job. And I went, I don't care. It's like either you can give me the weekends off or I leave.
I can go somewhere else.
Because
100%.
don't get me wrong, I don't have the funds to go fully full time straight out of the BAP, just pull the plug and run. It'd be stupid to do that with no money in the bank. And that's where I'm like, if I know this can go further, and that I could take like 8 clients a month, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because as much as I like the other job, it's not my love, it's not my passion.
Yeah.
It doesn't fire me up in the morning to be like, I don't wake up to be like, ooh, latte. You know what I mean? It's like, I have clients that
Gareth driving to the
me.
road. Oh, look, we caramel latte.
it's like, oh, that's
Easily.
I'll wake up and I'll think about the clients that have contacted me to think about their next menu, and it's always consistently thinking.
So then talk to me, how did the mix of your drive and love for food, fine dining, mix with Zara and the mixology? Where did that all head into it?
So originally this goes back to the first year and then into the second and the third year, which was at the start I made the concept myself, which was paired cocktails with a set menu, because no one's done it before. I love cocktails, and there needs to be a bit of it. You need to be inventive.
I love a good cocktail.
You have to be inventive with cocktails. Like, it'd be different if I walked in here. It's like, here's a glass of wine, mucker. What's in it? Grapes. You know.
Yeah.
Where you can do so much stuff with like cocktails and mixology, and then
complement with the food.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
you can only do so much with a wine that's been made in France or Spain, where I know it's going to go into the glass. I know what it's going to taste like.
Yeah.
And then we got there our third year, and I was still in this job, and Zara also works in the same job as me. And
It's not OnlyFans.
no, if I
Or
was
is
lads, if I was on that, I wouldn't need the other job. But at the time, Zara was working in White's Tavern, had a really bad time near Christmas time, and then I ended up getting to work in the coffee shop. And then we had a booking come in. It was up in Ross Trevor, and it was a hen do of like 17, and I'm like, I'm fast, but I'm not that fucking fast. And I was like, I know you have background.
Here we alcohol here.
And I was like, do you want to come on with this? And she's like, yeah, sounds like a great plan. Like, don't get me wrong. Zara's 2 people. Like, no one is business associate. Like, they switch on. They're, like, in it.
Yeah.
All of the rest of the time, they're just like this autistic podger. Like, all the time. And it's scary. It's scary when they switch in. And I'm just like, whoa. Because we found that out in that booking was the 17 people, it was 2 courses. We got up there, we served the first course, like, right, it's going sweet. Knowing you know something's going too well, it's like, right, okay. And this woman walks up, it's like, just to let you know, I'm pregnant. And I went, what? And then, like, the woman that came behind her was like, she's just told us. And I'm like, that doesn't fucking help. But without me even looking around, glass right in front of me, it's like, there you go. I was like, I didn't stock any non-alcoholic stuff. I don't have any non-alcoholic stuff. Where did you find that? And she's like, I looked in the house. Bang. I was like, that was like the light bulb of like, you're not going anywhere. You're staying with me, and we're me and you're going further than this.
Yeah.
And like ever since I brought them on, it was like, do you know when you have someone that works for you and you're like, I'm never letting you go. You have to work for them.
Yeah.
You know where they're going to go, and you know that they're as passionate to you as you want.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like working with people, I have very bad trust issues because I know the industry.
Yeah.
And half of them are either coked out of their minds or they just don't have the love of it.
Yeah.
They're doing it for like,
Just kitchen frying.
they're just like,
Line dancing.
here's your steak. What's in it? Don't care. Like, I don't want those people to work
Yeah.
with.
It doesn't work.
It's like you have to be passionate about what you do. Like, there's a Japanese term called ikigai, which is like doing what you love. Can it be profitable? Do people want it? And does it fire you up in the morning? If you don't have that and I don't see it in you, you're not working with me.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, you want to bring on other chefs? It's like, no. And they're like, oh, but like you're going to have to. It's like, unless they can match me on the same level, no.
It's just probably going to be one of the hardest things, especially whenever you get to that point of scale, because nobody is going to show the love and passion for your
your
job,
business,
for your business, than you. You know, like we found that out like a long time ago. It is so hard for anybody to employ the same love, charisma, enthusiasm in what you do daily, whenever it's not theirs.
Yeah.
You know, and that's always going to be the way of the world. Where did Tenshi come from?
As in the name or like...
As in the name.
Well, the years of me trying to even figure it out myself, the name originally came from the word angel. Tenshi translated is angel.
Okay.
And ever since I was in college, the name always was there. Like I don't know if you can think this way, but the way I work is in images in my head. That's why people are like, how can you play it so well? I was like, because I have it in my head. And like I had this whole concept in my brain of like this like pastel style fucking monthly changes of menus restaurant called Angel. And we kind of figured out what it was after a while. And I've been with my partner near 13 years, and her middle name's Angel. And I think that's where it did stem from.
Okay.
And I just didn't know, like, on a subconscious level, it was always the name because she's been the person that's backed me on every turn.
Yeah.
I get turned around to her and be like, I'm going to be a drug dealer tomorrow. She's like, don't get caught.
He's not.
I'm not.
Just to confirm.
I'm not that smart. But, like, it's the very rarities that you have with people that, like...
Going to be getting calls now to the page. Say, hello, is that Jordan? Is it? And is he them aperitifs?
What can you stick on them?
The DMs are going to be let me.
Can we do expensive aperitifs?
West Belfast's going to blow up. But, like, you probably know yourselves because I've met your wife. I've met your wife. But you can tell that... And a person that actually made this very clear to me, when it comes to people within business and like anything that isn't a normal job, usually the person behind it has a stronger partner behind them.
Yeah.
One was a very big, like, prominent one to me was Glenn Irwin. Like we did Glenn's housewarming last year.
Yeah.
And like, it was kind of funny for me to cook for Glenn because he was the first person I was nervous to cook for.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get nervous.
Yeah.
But to him it was different because I originally started backing Glenn because my partner, but this is when I was like 17 and really childish because...
So you were a Glenn fan?
At the time? No.
Right, okay.
Didn't like Glenn. But not even because it was right.
Okay.
It was... Abby had just changed her profile picture and it's him and her and I was like, I'm 17. I'm like, fuck, who's that? Who's that?
Who's that? Why are you with my wife?
And she's like, oh, it's Glenn. He's like the only good looking one in the paddock. And I was like, that's the wrong words. And my immediate reaction was like, he's got twiggy legs anyway. But then she eventually got me in the bikes and I remember watching him ride. I was like, fuck, this dude's different. And then you can see him, he's very like proper for camera and he's really dead on. He's really great with his fans. And I was like, right, I want to cook for him. But the original story of wanting to cook for people like him stemmed from someone not liking me, which was bike related also.
Right, okay.
I'm not saying his name because I'm not that petty. I am that petty, but like,
Will he go there? Will he go there?
We'll put the name in subtitles.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
Longer.
When we started like going to the racing and stuff, I didn't know that there was a writer that was in my girlfriend's DMs and was sending explicit images and messages, and I was just sitting here like,
right.
all right.
Oh, no way.
That was one of the reasons
What
we
a way to
pushed
get into
go.
the industry.
Wow.
I was like, okay, I'm going to racing now. And she's like, why are you going to racing? I was like, I'm going to kick his head in.
Oh.
We originally went to Cookstown the first time of me ever going to Cookstown, and he was there. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I can't do anything. I have a business behind me. I don't want to go to prison. And I walked up to him, did a man, shook his hand, and he just blanked me. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't take that well. I'm very different with like being disrespected. Like,
They're now not going to put who this is in the comments. We're
I
just
will
going to let everybody guess in the comments.
Guess in the comments. Who is it?
if
Who is in Jordan's Mrs. DMs?
in fairness, he was very bluntly told to do one. And this is then when I go to racing, me and her have a deal of like if I'm marshalling and I'm on the track, I'm marshalling. That's it.
Okay.
But then when I'm in the paddock, I'm businessman.
Yeah.
I am going around everyone. I don't care if you're going to say no to me. I'm doing it anyway.
Jordan at the North Main Station is going to
Tenshi everywhere.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's how I got Glenn. And like, I remember getting up with an American rider who was just over and does races, and the dude took the card off him and went, no one in their right mind would ever let you cook for them, especially no one with any money. And that was like the ignition in my brain. I was like, I'm going to cook for every big person in this country, and I'm going to make sure you know about it. And Glenn was the first one I knew. And like, he was the first push for me in like the bigger scale of people. Like, Glenn will never tell you he's a big scale person. He talks shit. And I remember sitting at the Northwest and like we were just paddling about, and I was like, oh, if I run on them, I'll run on them. I'll talk to him. It'll be sweet. You know what? It comes to the actual time. No, you won't. I was like, right, we'll see him. I'll talk to him, and he walks past me, and I went, fuck, shit. And she's just looking at me, and I remember her words vividly. She turned around and me and went, "Stop being a bitch and speak to him." And I'm like,
Jordan
Okay.
the whole time just like,
and like, she literally physically pushed me in front of him. I'm like, "Hey, Glenn." And he's like,
Right,
"You right?"
okay.
I was like, "I'm Jordan. I'm the private chef she told you about last year." And she went, "Oh, fuck." He pulled out my old business card. And I'm like, I didn't expect him to have it.
Brilliant.
I was like,
Brilliant.
when people are like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll keep off later." Then he actually had it. I was like, Jesus, he actually, mattered. And then I remember talking to him about it, and how we ended up getting him interested in it was he spoke about a old restaurant on the Armour Road called Hot Dog. Did this really famous burgers, beef shin burger. And I went around, "I can make that." And he's like, "Oh, fuck, can you? Well, we'll keep that in mind when we're doing it." I
Okay.
couldn't make that. I hadn't a clue.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're winging it there, mate.
it's like beef shin burger. I'll be able to decompartment that, won't I?
He's like, "Best burger I've ever tasted. One. I can make it." And he was like, "Can
Okay.
you?" I was like, "Aye." And he's like, "Right, I'll be in contact." We walked away from him, and she went, "You've never worked in the barking dog?" I went, "Shut up. I'll figure it out." And a lot of the time it is, I'll figure this out. Like when people are like, when it comes to like doing the
I
menus and
promise I'll
stuff.
get there.
And it came to it, and I put it on this menu, and it was 2 weeks before it, and I'm like,
So you did make the burger?
yeah.
Right, okay. And how did you work out how to make it to like the way the restaurant done it?
I think the way I can explain this in the best mannerism is the undiagnosed tism in me just dissected every menu they had.
Okay.
Went through every book from any of the restaurants that came here, and one of them had a vague, like, what's in it.
Right, okay.
And I went, I can take this vague and make it me.
Wow.
Served him the burger, and he went, "This is just
So you
like
did-
it." I was like,
You done your homework on it then?
I did my homework on it, but it
Okay.
was probably nowhere close to it. And like,
But that's the beauty of having your own completely bespoke fine dining service.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly,
mean?
yes.
You can take dishes
And tailor it
From
to the client.
all around the world that you've had and go, "Jordan, I really would love to have this array
Yeah.
in my meal."
yeah,
And realistically, you will more than likely be able to make that happen.
100%. And this is where a lot of the passion has to come in. Like
Yeah.
when people are like, "I want to have this from here," I can tell you most chefs that work in the industry nowadays go, "Why, right?" They don't have the work in them to be like, they want this, they'll
Yeah.
get this. And like a lot of the times when people are like, "Oh, what came out? What, like, have you made this dish before?" I can tell you 90% of the clients I've had, the dish that they're having on their menu, it's the first time me cooking it. Because I've thought of the image, I know how it's going to work, but I have to execute it perfectly every time, and it's a one shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I have a backup replacement, because one, that's expensive, and two, it adds the needed pressure for perfection. And I'm very much against like the words perfection, because
Okay.
the way I work is that you always strive for perfection knowing you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very much of like a, how I call it's called the Icarus theory, like the old story
Oh,
of
right,
Icarus
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to fly to the sun.
Yeah.
It's like trying to catch the sun without like knowing you're not going to catch it.
Okay.
Class.
But like people think it's a very negative way of looking, but you should probably know as business owners is that you're always striving. You
Yeah,
have to strive, or you're going to die. You're going to go stagnant.
Yeah. And you can't afford to stall. You can't afford
Yeah.
to just stop.
That's always changing in your game too.
And it was like the things that have happened over the years. Like last year was the first one. It was like, who are these people? Like Glenn was the first one of last year, and like from seeing him being a fan, like I am a Glenn Irwin fan, and people ask me about him, like they mention him, I was like, I'm his private chef.
He's just instantly lost all the Alistair Seeley fans as potential clients.
I like my racers with her.
So am I looking at it?
Nah, I'll
Sorry,
just
I'm
laugh.
laugh. Sorry, mate.
But from him was like, right, who's next? And like,
So who is on your bucket list? Who are those people? Give us the juicy details. Who is on the bucket list for Tenshi? Who do you want to cook for?
we'll go with the top 5 at the
on
moment.
top
Which
5.
right now, the number 1 is Jonathan Ray.
Okay.
World Super Big Goat.
Big name, yes.
World
yeah.
Super Big
Yeah.
Goat. Don't care what anyone says. He is
Okay.
the GOAT. And then there's people like Anto Kakechi. He is now at number 2. He is second
You got
time
the
world
job done
champion.
there recently. Yes. Yeah.
And the reason for that is he's a Westie like me. He's from Andytown. He's down the street from me.
He's from your neck of the woods. yeah.
And people like Roy McElroy. And you'll probably notice all these people are Ireland based.
Yeah.
Because I'm a local boy. I grew up in Poglas.
But genuinely, I get the feeling that if you approached Santo and asked him what he would like for his menu, it would be like burger and chips.
Yeah.
Aye, very simple.
I can't
Keeping it
imagine
simple.
an aperitif or a mousse bouche happening
No,
at Rose House.
no.
But we were originally actually supposed to cook for him last year. We were supposed to do the Whiskey and White podcast with him. And we had the full menu, and the way the menu planned out was that it was Jamaican, Irish, and Italian. Because Kakachi being half Italian, it was like
obviously suiting other
has
boys,
to go
yeah.
to him, and he loved it, but fell through because Tyrone decided he didn't want to retire anymore. Like, I love these lads, but like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna retire, just retire, lads.
Like your Trone's like that.
Could be worse, could be Mick.
Oh,
I will not go there.
Anyway.
in fairness, Mick gave it a good whap, like. But like
he
all
did.
these people, that
Well, he turned up.
he turned up.
It's good end of that part of the podcast.
But
Yes, so we've had Anto, we've had Rory, we've had Johnny.
I'm trying to think of other names from here, and then
He's top 5 and he's got 3.
Killian Murphy would be one of them.
Oh, that's a good shout.
That would be class.
Killian would be one of them, and then of course if we're going into the peaky side of us, be Pocky, because Pocky is Belfast. He's
He's only up the road.
exactly.
We
Yeah.
could definitely get him in.
And this is the
shout.
thing when you're thinking about people, like everyone's like, I want to go for big stars. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm planning to go that way. Like, there's actors I'd love to work with and cook for, like Taz Skylar, if any of them's a nerd enough to know he was in the recent One Piece Netflix adaptation.
No, not me.
Class actor, one of my favourite actors. And there's people like this that, when people think about this, they're like, it's impossible. If you think it's impossible, it's impossible. Like, I remember sitting with my dad recently in the car driving home, and he went, I turned around and went, Anto Kakachi or Frampton. And he was like, because I don't give context to my conversations, I'll just say shit. And he's like, what are you on about? I was like, Kakachi or Frampton? Who's bigger? And he was like, well, technically Frampton, but Kakachi's getting there. Because
Yeah.
Frampton he's one of the goats.
Yeah.
And he said, Frampton went, sweet, I'm going to find him and I'm going to cook for him. And he was like, how are you going to do that? I went, don't know yet, but I'll make it happen.
Find a way.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's impossible. I was like, no, it's not.
Nothing is impossible.
Everyone thought Glenn would have been impossible.
100% agree.
Nothing's impossible in this world.
No.
And like,
Nothing's there.
Just put your mindset to it.
especially with Glenn, because the time Glenn had just said he's retiring, and this is where his menu changed slightly. Also, if you ever want to plan something with Glenn, I love Glenn to bits. No trying to plan something with him. Don't.
It's hard work.
What you do is go to his wife Laura.
I've known Glenn a lifetime to tell you that was the wrong thing for you to do there was speak to Glenn.
And I remember how we ended up getting the menu done and the deposit done was I had won something on his competition page, and Laura texted me. It was like a saving grace. I was like, by the way, Laura, the way I'm in your house in 2 months, can you please give me something to work with here? And she's like, yep,
I bet
here
you
you
got it
go.
the day of.
And like, she's like, yeah, this is what we like. And I went, there's your menu. I went, sweet. And I think it was a week later, she's like, he likes prawns, by the way. Completely changed one of the courses. She didn't ask me to change it. I was like, I want this to be right.
Okay.
And then at the time, I was like, what can I do different? Because him retiring, we did a drink for him. And I remember this drink, it was the most money I've ever put into a drink. And I was like, this is going to be worth it because he's going to remember this, which was called 11 Stars of the North. His record at the Northwest. At the time, it was 11. Now he's unretired, so it's going to change. So now you get him a new drink. But we're not talking about that right now. Not salty at all. And how we'd done it was clarified daiquiri. It was like the perfect red Ducati red. The number of his bike is on the ice, and then how we presented it was we took like a Japanese tea tray and filled it full of dry ice, and we're like, right, this is going to be him. And he was like, why is there a tray? I went, this is for you and your retirement, but there's one thing missing from when you win a race. And he's like, what's that? And pour the water in and smoke goes everywhere. It was to represent the burnout. And I remember looking at him, and he looked at me, I was like, he's tears in his eyes. I've won this guy over. And like,
I made you cry, bitch.
I was just like, I know for a fact he's not going to have this anywhere else, and I know I'm going to have a client
It's
for
a nice
life.
touch. Yeah.
It's a good touch.
Yeah.
But that's the personal touches that you would expect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the difference. You know, this is not talking about going out for 5-star fine dining.
No.
This isn't talking about planning a night out with your mates for a few kebabs and a drink.
Completely different.
This
Completely
is
different.
doing something that brings the taste of the world at the highest quality into your house.
But it's tailored to you.
Unbelievable.
You know, I think that is the best part of it.
And it's a weird one to say for me is because when it comes to doing it, everyone's like, oh, it's so great for the people that are cooking it. It's like, they don't know that the amount of times people are like, oh, thank you for coming. It's like, no, thank you for giving me the opportunity because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
because yes, I love the cooking side of it, but there's the part of it that people don't realize, and that's where most people mess up, is that you need to be a showman. Like,
Yeah.
if I say in December I came in here, planted a plate in front of you, and a drink in front of you, I'm pissed off, I wouldn't be sitting in this seat.
Yeah.
There has to be a bit of theatrics. You need to get to know the people, and like the people I've met from it, like this is where my image of Glenn changed. Whereas like you see him as a person, and you're like, you're not that dude on BBC. But like,
You're so much smaller.
I didn't say that. I'm not dealing with it. I've already called him Twiggy Legs. But like, you see the real humans behind it, and you get to see actual pure enjoyment of people just being themselves.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I guess that brings us on to an easy point, because Jordan is coming back to cook for the Punt crew.
Oh yes, has to come
So
back.
we
Yes.
will be able to give you another real world review on how we feel Tenshi Dining actually is.
I'm looking forward to that one. You get a date booked in.
It's a really hard time when you just have to eat food, isn't it?
Terrible.
Tough. It is tough.
Terrible.
When you put eating food to work, you're just
So
like,
many dishes to go through too.
oh, what am I doing?
And that brings an end to yet another Punt Cast. Jordan, thank you very much for coming down, mate. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure, mate.
And
Always a pleasure, lads.
we will have many more updates about Tenshi Dining in the upcoming future.
Oh yeah.
Until then, stay tuned. Hopefully the next time I do a podcast, I'll not be dosed with a lurgy.
All being well.
Love you, ciao.
Bye.
I'm losing it.